Alrighty, what's up, family? Welcome back to another episode of Be Great Academy. It's your boy Vinny Vegas, and I'm here today with one of my guys that I actually met at Atlas. Just trying to get my buckets in like normal, but I kept finding this guy that wouldn't miss shots, and they kept saying Diego D. I'm like, who is this dude? And so I figured that it's only right that we had to bring him in. We had to introduce you guys and introduce him to the family the right way. But not only are we bringing him in just because of hooping, he actually has his own event coordinating. He also has his own clothing line. And we're going to give him a platform today to really just shine that light on that, to give him a chance to talk about that as well. But I want to introduce you guys to Diego Garza today. Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely, man. So I know you just kind of talking to you a little bit. You were telling me that you just recently got out to Vegas about within the last year. So what was it that made you choose Vegas out of everywhere else?
Honestly, I wouldn't even say I chose Vegas. It's almost like Vegas chose me. I do like the field that I work in for my daily 9-to-5 job. They just kind of presented me with an opportunity to come out here. They were starting something new. And just had to make like an adult decision that this was the best place to be and kind of just trying to set myself up for a better future. So
okay,
Vegas was where that was.
So tell the people, I know you say you just got out here. What's home for you?
Home for me is the Pacific Northwest, specifically Washington, even more specifically Eastern Washington.
Okay.
When you say Washington, a lot of people just instantly think of rainy Seattle.
Literally, as soon as you say, I'm like, okay, Seattle.
No, I'm not from rainy Seattle. So Washington is split into like two halves of the state. There's Western Washington and Eastern Washington. Mm-hmm. And it's divided by mountains. So I lived in Eastern Washington, which quite frankly is honestly very similar to Vegas in terms of climate. And so I grew up in the desert, just like here. Like Western or Eastern Washington, it's like sagebrush. There's not really like cactus and palm trees, but a lot of just open field, sagebrush, like very desert-like vibes. So I'm not from Western Washington. I didn't grow up in the rain. I grew up in like 4 seasons, sunny summers, and yeah.
Okay. So I know you said that you grew up in a part there where the weather was kind of similar to Vegas. Mm-hmm. Since you're actually out in Vegas now, how have you been adjusting to the weather out here, especially with it being your first summer?
It's been tough. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So when I moved out here, I was expecting it's gonna be hot. So I didn't bring a coat. Like I didn't bring a puffer jacket, nothing. Like, and I got here in November. So when I got here, it was like 40, 50 degrees, and I'm like, it's cold. And so I had to adjust. I had to buy a few jackets out here and keep buying more pants and sweatpants. I didn't think I was gonna need that. And then, so in my head, I kind of moving here in the winter. It kind of fooled me because I'm like, no, it is kind of cold out here. Like I don't think it's
nearly as hot as what people say.
Yeah, I think people are bugging. I don't think it's that hot. And then just end of May, early June, it hit me like a bat out of hell, bro. It was like I just woke up one morning. Oh, it's 95 at 7 a.m. Okay, this is gonna take some getting adjusted to.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been cool. Honestly, I got some family down in Arizona. I had some friends who lived here before. And they all kind of warned me, like, in the summer, you just don't really go outside. Like, you kind of, like, you can be out there early morning, later in the evening, but midday, like, you're kind of, like, to your car, to your destination, and that's it. Like, nobody's really walking around outside. So
True.
That's what I be doing. I mean, I just stay inside with the ACs on, but in terms of, it is a little different. It's a little adjustment because, like, being back home, summer days be like mid 80s, sometimes high 90s. So you can get out and do like the park runs midday. And like, I don't think anybody's doing a park run out here midday, bro. It's insane.
It's funny. It was a park run this past weekend with the professor that they were supposed to do out here at 6. And me and Jay were supposed to go. And we looked at each other. He was like, man, are you really trying to go? And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, man, it's going to be 6 o'clock. It's going to be 120 degrees outside. Like,
it's crazy.
Yes, I'm like, you know what? We can hold off on this one.
Nah, facts. You got to pick your battles. But I will say, it's not as bad. Like when you see 110, 115 on the weather app, you think like, gosh, that's going to be crazy. And then you step outside and I mean, it's hot. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I don't know the science behind it, but it's different out here. I think it's because it's more of like a dry heat and there's not like as much humidity.
True.
Because it doesn't feel that bad. Like 110 out here feels better than like 98 back home because it'd be so humid back home. And I'm like the moisture, it makes it all worse. So I honestly like the dry heat more.
And see, I'm from Nashville, so for me, it's the same way. We have that humidity back home. I would much rather be 110 in Vegas than it be 85, 80 in Nashville because, I mean, like, you're going to be sweating no matter what you have on.
Facts.
Like, that, you miss that with the mosquitoes and the insects. Like, it's just way too much. Like,
I don't know, knock on wood, but I haven't really noticed any mosquitoes out here. Back home, mosquitoes in the summertime they're the ops. It's an issue. So here,
I joked with my brother. I was like, I think we don't see him out here because I don't see what mosquitoes gonna last in this heat.
well, I think they live close to water. There's not much water down here. So.
Yes, and so like that's cool, man. I'm glad that you've been enjoying it so far. So let's get into Next Hoops a little bit, man. I know that is something that you said you brought out here from Washington. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really plan for it to be that way, but I started originally up in Washington. I feel like I gained a lot of traction just in the first year I was doing it. And like I was saying when we were talking a little before this, I kind of have no choice now but to bring it down here to Vegas because, I mean, I don't want to stop with it. It's my true passion. I love event coordination. I love being able to put forth a good product for people, something that I can stamp my name on that I'm proud of. So yeah, I would eventually love to start getting into the event space out here. I would say ideally, like best case scenario, hosting like 10 to 12 adult and high school basketball tournaments throughout the year here in the Las Vegas Valley. And just getting involved with good partners, good venues, good media teams, stuff like that. And then, on the flip side of it, kind of just trying to do the merch thing on the side of it, you know. I've done a few different merch drops. One thing I've really honed in on and that is pretty popular up in Washington, I do like compression shirts for hoopers.
Okay.
The kids love them. If you like are at a AU tournament or even adult basketball tournament up in the Pacific Northwest, more likely than not, you'll see someone wearing like a compression shirt that has the NXT on the side. So, just kind of saw brands like Made Hoops and stuff like that with all the compressions. And I was like, man, like it's such a cool thing because like not only do you get to provide like a good product for an athlete, but it's almost like free marketing, you know, because a lot of kids like wear them under their jerseys, so they just are kind of putting on for your brand. And I mean, when someone goes out of their way to wear your brand on themselves while they're performing and perfecting their craft, and I think that's just really cool. Yeah,
I was literally gonna ask you that too, just to kind of tag onto it. Because I'm not sure how big you expected this to be when you initially started it, but what does it feel like? Like you're here in Vegas now to know that if there's an AU tournament, like you said, this weekend in the Pacific Northwest, that there are kids that's wearing the NXT. Like when you walk in the gyms and see that, what does that feel like?
It's honestly such a good feeling, man. It's very, I would say, I'm a pretty humble person, so I try to remain grounded and stuff, but it is cool, you know, to kind of give yourself some pats on the back. Recently, I traveled back home to Washington, and I played in an event called Hoop Fest. It's in Spokane, Washington, and it's the biggest 3-on-3 basketball tournament in the world. So it's like they shut down the streets of Spokane, and they just
Is this where the guy was hacking you?
Yeah. This is where it was. But it was really cool, man, because I was walking around with like my teammates, and like I played on 2 teams, so you're walking from court to court, you're getting food in between, you're finding parks to stretch out and like roll out in and do your stretches, and so you're just everywhere all at once. And as you walk around, like, you know, there'd be a game going on here, a game going on there, someone walking to their game, and I would just see it, like NXT hoops, people wearing it on their chest or on their sleeve, and like I've just, quite honestly, like, and not in a rude way, but people I didn't even know. And so I'm like, man, that's cool. Like, I got strangers out here that I don't even know wearing my brand. So it was really cool to see, man. I felt really good inside, and it just kind of gave me a little push, like, you got to keep going with this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I wanted to ask, how old were you when you came up with Next Hoops?
Next Hoops, when I fully, like, conceptualized it all and was like, all right, I'm doing it, I was about 24, and I'm 26 now. But I mean, I would say I've been in the event coordination space and running basketball events since I was 21.
Okay.
Yeah. But 24 is when I kind of full-fledged dove into it and started the brand and started the company.
Okay. And I can just assume, just from hooping with you, that like you didn't just start hooping at 24. I can almost guess you've been playing way before then.
It goes back to the hospital room, if I'm being honest. Like my dad, I was born in March, during March Madness. I mean, I was born into a basketball family. Like a funny story my dad always says is like, I think he was actually hooping at an open run when my mom went into labor, and she was like calling him like, it's happening, it's time, and he's like, we got one more game.
We got one more bucket, okay?
So I think she actually had to like drive herself to the hospital, and she met him there. And then he also tells this story of like, shows how old I am. I think it was like Mike Miller when he was in college.
Yep.
And I think like as I was being born, he said he looked up at the TV and it was Mike Miller was like hitting a buzzer beater during March Madness.
Oh, snap.
So he was like, I knew that you were going to be a hooper from birth. So, I mean, yeah, it's been since I was a little kid, man. I mean, my dad just did a good job of keeping me around the game. I think I went to my first Laker game when I was like 4 years old. He hooped a lot growing up, so I was constantly in the gym with him. And then, I started playing AAU when I was like 5 or 6.
Okay.
And then just, played travel ball all the way growing up. Went to a really small high school. And it was a little bit harder to get recruited. But, I mean, you know, if you're good enough, someone's going to find you.
Yep.
I had a D2 NAIA school from Portland, Oregon, take a chance on me. They liked that I could shoot the ball, so they gave me a scholarship, played a couple years there. And then COVID kind of stopped everything. COVID hit during my sophomore year, and that was kind of the end of that. But I stepped away from the game for a bit. I think I remember like a 2-year stretch where I didn't even play at all. And then I actually tore my meniscus when I was in college, so that was probably a part of it. But once I got surgery and was all healed up, I mean, there's just no better form of cardio. Like, I ain't going to go get on a treadmill. I'd rather go get some bucks.
Especially after that injury, not at all.
Yeah, no, facts. So, I've been hooping since as long as I can remember, probably 4 or 5 years old.
Okay. And so when it comes to Nets hoops, I know you said you pretty much have hooped your whole life. You started this around 24. Was it something or like someone that pretty much like motivated you or pushed you into getting this going?
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely a handful of people. I would give the most credit and like the most motivation that I received was actually from a lost family member. Like I was telling you before, I grew up with a super close cousin of mine. His name was Nico, and we grew up in the same household. You know, ethnic backgrounds. That's how it be sometimes. So, we grew up pretty much as siblings. But I mean, realistically, he's my cousin. But he passed in like the early 2020s, kind of just on some tragic stuff. But it was we kind of got into it at the beginning. That's how the whole throwing tournaments kind of got started. My family just wanted to do something in his honor. So they were like, we're thinking a basketball tournament. And I'm like, say less, I got it. So everybody helped, but I kind of spearheaded it. And like, I don't know why, I just always had a knack for that. Like, even just having like sleepovers as kids after AAU tournaments, I would be the kid that would like bring my Xbox and like, all right, we're going to have a 2K tournament, and I'd make the whole bracket, and like, we got to stick to the bracket. Like, and I'd make rules. Like, I don't know. I've just always had a brain that operated that way. So, when he passed, you know, it gave us the opportunity to do something like that for him. And it went really well the first few years, and no big issues ever. It was really good. And then, I kind of just got approached by a few other players that would play in the tournament, like, man, you should do this more often. Kind of like still sat on it for like a year. I mean, it sounds good in theory. And then I had a good friend of mine really break it down, like, no, you could turn this into like a whole model. You can get clothing involved, and like, I think this would be great for you. I think it'd be like a whole avenue you could go down. So I just started doing my research, dove right in, filed for the LLC, and got it done like the next day. So
that's dope, man. I honestly, I love that. First, rest in peace to your cousin Nico.
Thank you,
man.
I appreciate it.
I love that you were able to take what we would consider a tragic situation and find the positivity in it, and not only find a way for it to help yourself, but to also for it to help other people in the process. Because you can only imagine, like, you may see it as just putting on a tournament, but like basketball really is therapy for a lot of people, and it's more than a game for a lot of people. And so, like, yes, it may just look like a tournament, but there's so many different lives that you're also helping and touching just by giving them that access and giving them a place to come and hoop. So I definitely want to make sure you get your flowers for that, for sure.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It feels really good. It's I love giving people the opportunity to like come, not only perform and showcase their skills, but really like kind of tap back into that like brotherly that brotherly feeling and like that feeling of camaraderie that we all felt growing up playing on teams. You know, as we become adults, basketball kind of it gets a little bit selfish for some people. As you get older, you're not really attached to a team no more. Most guys just go to run, so they're like, man, I'm just trying to go up, get a few
playing
buckets.
for themselves at that point.
Yeah, you're just playing for yourself. And like the last year in Washington, when I was consistently doing tournaments like every few months and picking a new location and traveling all over, all of a sudden there was like 3 or 4 teams who like, okay, these are real deal teams. Like they're not switching their players every tournament. They're traveling to every tournament and they're bringing the same guys and they're building chemistry. All of a sudden they got 4th place in the first tournament. Now they're in the championship of this one because they got so much chemistry and they're playing together all the time. And they even, so much to the point where they're seeking and going and playing in other tournaments to get ready for mine because they know like, oh, we got to come correct for the NXT tournament, you know? So it's cool, man. It's almost like adult AAU, you know?
Yeah.
So it's fun. I like the dynamic it's created.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned team chemistry. I know that that's something that you're definitely big on. Just because I remember the first day that I ran with you, I think it was like me, you, Ryan, Sean. I forgot who our 5th was, but that was my first day in a very long time because we had won so much consistently. Where I was like, you know what? Maybe I do need to get a men's league and like find some guys that can run consistently because like we kept that same squad and we just like it was the same thing, offense, defense every single time, and it was like the most fun that I've had in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like this,
basketball is such a simple sport, bro, and like I go out and play and, you know, I can score the ball and, like, do my thing. But, like, I feel like a lot of people say this and don't really mean it. But I really don't care. Like, as long as we win the game and I got a group of guys around me that, like, I can be happy for and that, like, I know I'm going to make an extra pass to them. They're going to make the extra pass to me. Like, that's all that matters, bro. Like, my dad told me when I was really young, he was my AU coach. So I'm, like, a coach's kid, you know. So I have all these little sayings, of course, that I've picked up on. But I remember he used to always tell us, like, we're never going to be successful until we can reach success, but nobody cares about who gets the credit. And I'm like, man, that's
a bar right there.
It's a bar, bro.
Yeah,
because it's so true. Like, so many people get caught up in, like, they just dealt with it in Boston with JT and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
In all reality, those are 2 perfect teammates. They should have rolled off into the sunset together, played their whole careers together. But it's like, who's the man?
Yeah.
So
and
they got to split up.
You look at certain championship teams, you look at kind of how they're built. And to credit what your dad says, like the Las Vegas Aces are a perfect example of that. Like you could see 3 championships in 4 years. It's been the same blueprint 4 years in a row. It doesn't matter who's there and what position. They're just like, if nobody cares how we get there, they just are excited that we get there, we'll be fine.
Facts.
You know, so I definitely agree with them on that.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And then I wanted to ask you, I know that you said that your dad did a lot of or was your AU coach growing up. I know that you kind of do the tournaments, but have you ever thought into getting into coaching yourself?
Yeah, man, I've dipped my toe in the water a little bit. A few years ago, I coached like a middle school basketball team.
Okay.
I don't want to take too much credit for it because I kind of got like handed a group of kids that had played AAU their whole life, so they get to like middle school ball and they're just killing teams, you know, because they've played AAU their entire lives. So I did coach a middle school team a few years ago, had like an undefeated season. It was really cool, man.
They were
like,
just the best team in the city. Nothing crazy, okay?
I truly feel like a lot of people could have walked into that coaching role and they probably would have went undefeated. But
I love how humble you are about it, though.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was cool, though, man. And then quite honestly, it's really sad to say I really missed these boys and like I hate the fact that I wasn't able to fully go through with it and see the opportunity through. But right before moving out here, I had actually got hired to be a JV coach at a high school back up in Washington. So I did the whole summer with them, like coached a few tournaments. I got to coach a few actual varsity games because our head coach was like getting married that summer, so he was out of town for a few things. So I got like some varsity games under my belt getting to coach, and that was so much fun, bro. I remember the first game I ever coached, a varsity game. we like went into overtime, and one of my kids hit like a game winner to win the game, and it was like, oh my god, it's like a summer game with like 10 people in the stands, but like,
those are the best.
It felt like it literally felt like Game 7. I'm like jumping up and down, fist pumping. It was insane, but nah, it was a lot of fun. I would eventually love to get back into the coaching scene. I think I'm a little young for it still. I would like to like gain some more kind of just. I don't know why I'm blanking on what I'm looking for.
No, just gaining more knowledge about it.
Yeah, knowledge, life experience. I mean, I feel like the best coaches, it's not even really X's and O's. It's all about relationships and being there for kids, you know. And like, I don't want to be that main figure for a young man or a young woman until I'm ready. You know, I don't want to. I just want to be able to give them everything I have, and I would say I'm still kind of focused on myself and like not really ready to give everything I have to a group of kids, but when I'm ready, I would love to get back into coaching.
No, absolutely, man. And I definitely love that for you. I just want to say too, just speaking from experience, I've done boys AAU from 5th grade up into high school. I've done girls varsity high school as well too. And when I hear you say you don't want to do it now because you're young, I agree on wanting to get the experience and wanting to get the knowledge. On the flip side, I want you to understand that those kids will believe you 10 times more when you walk in that door at a younger age. And I know it sounds crazy, but like, I feel like most coaches 30 and under can like get that trust wall from those kids knocked down immediately because they see that basically they're right where you were not too long ago. You know what I mean?
Probably especially when you can still hoop. They're like, oh, coach still got it.
Yes, that's like for me when I started right after my senior year and I was coaching boys 5th grade. And so like the boys, they pretty much knocked that trust wall down, but like, I'm going to show you what to do. And if you don't do it now, I'm getting on the court and I'm going to do it to you.
Fact. 100%. No, you nailed it, bro. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because, and I'm kind of getting off topic now, but back in Washington, there was a few times throughout my life where I was kind of like in between stuff, and I was like sitting on this AA degree. I'm like, what can I do with this AA degree? And I found out, I could substitute teach. So I spent a couple years substitute teaching, and like, mind you, I mean, I'm all tatted inside, but you know,
I'm sure the kids loved you though.
They loved me, bro. Like I could get who a lot of teachers maybe consider like the rougher kids or the like
class
clowns, the kids always goofing off. I could get their attention like that, you know, and like absolutely for no other reason than what you just said. Like they see, I guess, how young you are, and they see like, oh, he's not too far removed from being in these shoes, so it just knocks down that trust wall right away. And honestly, just like speaking to them like human beings, I feel like a lot of older coaches, teachers, anything in general, just getting a little up there in age, they kind of tend to like talk down to kids. Yeah. Like they are technically their superior, but like if you treat kids as your equal, you'll get more out of them.
1,000%. Yeah. Yes. No, I definitely agree with that, man. So I want to touch back on Nets hoops again. I know you said that you have a tournament coming up in Washington. Is it this upcoming weekend?
Yeah, it's actually this upcoming weekend. And this
Give us the dates and everything. Let us know.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be, so it's taking place in Granger, Washington. It's going to be July 17th through 19th, so this upcoming weekend. And this is actually like the tournament that started it all. It is my cousin's memorial tournament. It's the Nico Garza Memorial Basketball Tournament. It's our 5th annual. It's looking great. This year we expanded, so it's usually just an adult-only event. This year, through popular demand, we decided to try our luck with some high school divisions. So we've got about like 8 high school teams signed up that are going to come through. I've got like 12 men's teams. I'm doing a co-ed division. I've got like 6 or 7 co-ed teams. So total, we're looking like somewhere, I don't know, like 27 to 30 teams total. Okay.
And are you guys locked on teams, or are you guys still accepting teams? How does it work exactly?
Technically, like today is my final deadline, so you could like sign up till midnight tonight. But you know, I mean, being in this event space, like I always try to work with people. Like tonight the deadline will close. I'll probably get to making a schedule, and then just because I know the the beast of it.
Yeah.
Someone will hit me up like Tuesday or Wednesday. Hey, bro, trying to get a team in. Can you take me? And I'll be like, yeah, let me just go remake the whole schedule. I got you, bro.
Basically, what he's saying is the deadline is tonight, but if you tell him you want to be great tomorrow, and you say you saw the episode, he may let you in. Okay,
Might let you in.
No, that's dope though, man. I'm definitely hoping that it's a huge weekend for you. Tell us now what is it about your tournament specifically, like this weekend that you're doing, that makes you different from some of the other tournaments that get hosted throughout the year?
Of course, yeah. So like for this Memorial tournament specifically, I'll start there and then I'll kind of get into the other ones. But for this one specifically, I truly feel like what sets it apart is really just the family dynamic. Like our whole family pops out and they're all the staff. Like it's not just me. I can't take credit for like hosting the event. I could not do it without my entire family. They come through and like no matter where you look, it's someone within our family that's working the front gate, that's doing concessions, that's snapping photos. That's like, it's just a family filled event. And we just make it very family friendly. We got food vendors outside. We've got a DJ there on site playing music. We got like a photo backdrop for like players and families, whoever to take pictures, you know. It's just a cool event. And it's all for a greater cause, you know. Every year that we've been able to do it, it started off, we just did like one scholarship to a high school student that was there, my cousin's alma mater where he went to high school.
Okay.
And it was just like a small $1,000 scholarship to start. And we've kind of just gradually went up every year. Now we give out several scholarships to a few different kids. And yeah, this year I'm trying to make it the biggest year yet. I'd love to give out like $5,000 to $10,000 scholarships to a few different kids. That'd be awesome. So it all just depends on how the event goes and what we're working with. But yeah, I think people find it really easy to get behind that when it's like for a good cause. A lot of people from my area know who my cousin was and how good of a person he was. So they're not very shy about putting forth their support. They love coming out for Nico.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it. And then branching off, like in all the other NXT events, those aren't like memorial events or so to speak. They're just like events that I put on. I would say that the organization, I think a lot of basketball events, especially adult basketball events, they kind of they get hit with the disease of unorganization. So like I don't want to put it solely on like these event coordinators. I think a lot of them are working with what they have. Yeah. But adults just be flaky, man. Like it's hard. Like it's hard collecting entry fees. It's hard getting teams to commit to you and saying like, yeah, we're for sure gonna bring a team. It's hard getting people to coordinate lodging. Like a lot of times people are traveling in to play in your city, you know. So it presents those challenges, but I feel like I always try to, when I was in college, I did a lot of retail and customer service. So I try to bring that experience to my own personal business, like kind of just always, the customer's always right, you know, bending over backwards for them, trying to give them everything they could to make their experience better. So I feel like people feel that when they come to my events. I think me and my staff do a really good job of just making them feel wanted, welcomed, and then organized. Like honestly, people want to know when they're going to play. They want to know a few days early. Like they're not trying to find out the day of their game, what time they play. So like being able to put a schedule out on time, kind of just taking the time to do like branded graphics. You know, some people will just they throw a tournament and they might, you know, hop on Google and find the first bracket and print it out and write it with their hand and post it on their socials. You know, it's like I'll like download the thing and go brand it and take some time to make it look nice. You know,
it's a lot of you're intentional about everything.
Intentional about everything, bro. Everything at my events is branded. Like I got rule sheets that have my logo on them. I got like people walk through the doors and they see like the price of admissions. It's not just some like cutout with Sharpie on it that says $5. You know, it's like an actual printout that's laminated and like says what the price is. I mean, just random little things like that. It's all in the details, and like the details go a long way. And
you mentioned brand, not to cut you off, but I'm sure there's going to be someone else who sees this thinking the same thing as me. When it comes to merch, will you be selling merch this weekend at the tournament?
I will be selling some merch, for sure. Not as much as I would like to, but I'm trying out a few different like methods with it, because I've went both ways. I've had an event before where I've really like, okay, merch is about to go crazy. And I've spent like a huge amount of money up front to bring all this merch. And then maybe sales didn't go how I wanted, or sales went good, but not quite the goal I was hitting for. And then I've also went into an event sometimes with like, man, sales weren't that good next time. I'm not going to focus on merch this tournament. I'm just going to focus on running the event.
And then you get there
and then I get all these people
merch.
that are like, bro, where's the merch? I'm ready to buy. I would have bought everything. And I'm like, damn.
You're like, okay, but where were y'all last time?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So I'm like a cool middle ground. I think this weekend I'll have some of the shirts you're wearing there. Those T-shirts there for sale. I'll have the compression shirts like I mentioned, especially with the youth divisions we're gonna have. I want to make sure that we have compressions for the youth because they've been asking for them. I wish that there was more players who could be wearing them right now, but I got you guys.
I'm gonna support you. I know my nephew wears them compression shirts all the time when he hoops, so I'm definitely gonna grab one for him.
Perfect. Yes, sir. So yeah, I'll probably have like 30, 40 T-shirts, like 50 compression shirts there on site selling, and then I'm in the process right now of trying to build out like almost like a drop shipping website, so people can I can design my stuff. People can just go on, pick out what they want, and it ships right to their door.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that if anyone saw it and like say for example they weren't in Washington, is there a way that they can get online to support right now, or do they just kind of have to DM you?
Yeah, right now it's kind of all through DM. Okay. But yeah, here
we'll be sure to add his handle down so that way you guys can support. So that way if you guys see anything, whether it's the shirts or even it's the quarter zips, I want to make sure that we're supporting as well.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it'll eventually get to that spot. I've been working with a few different people trying to come up with the best idea. Just kind of weighing my options, you know. In theory, the like drop shipping thing would be the easiest. But going back to like the customer support side of things and just wanting customers to feel like they're getting the best experience. Sometimes those drop shipping things don't work. Like they work out, but people go order something.
There's pros and cons to it,
and then they're waiting 6 to 8 weeks for their thing to show up because it's shipping from overseas, and it's like, I don't want someone to order and then not see it for 6 to 8 weeks. But by that time, it's already out of mind. They forgot they're even getting it, you know. So I don't know. Trying to find a balance. I think I'll probably still go that route, and then just try to always keep like a small inventory on hand. So if I have like quick orders that I could ship out really quick, you know, that type of thing. But yeah, just trial and error, trying to do the best I can.
Okay, cool. Now, before we wrap it up, I know that you've been talking. I know that you said you've been hooping a lot in Vegas. For everyone that's watching, what's 2 of your favorite places to go run in Vegas right now? I say 2 because I'm going to save everyone. We're not just going to pick one, okay? So we're going to help you out today.
No, for sure. So quite frankly, I haven't. I'm probably not the best person to ask with this because like my goal when I got out here was to kind of be hopping all around the city and like finding different places to run. And Atlas was like the first place I went, and I just like instantly fell in love with it. And I think it's because of Julian and his model and like how organized he is. I kind of feel like we're in a way cut from the same cloth. Like he's very, very organized, and I love his setup. I like the fact that there's a scoreboard. I like the fact that they do timed games. I like the fact that they record all the clips, not only for the content creators that are out there to be able to get their clips, but it just eliminates so much arguing. Like you go to any open run around the country, and more often than not, there's going to be a little 5-minute argument where people can't agree who stepped out of bounds or whether that was a foul or not. And it's just not really the case there at Atlas because it's like a NBA game. Oh, let's go look at the video, you know? So I really like it from that aspect, and just kind of balancing between my day job and like still trying to hoop. The times just work out well for me. And so Atlas is kind of the main place I've been hooping. I've gotten reached out to by a few other like local, I guess, like entities who do runs. Like I'll shout them out. I think like the Doghouse Hoops has hit me up a few times. I've been seeing their stuff on socials. I would love to go check them out. It just hasn't really worked out for my schedule yet, but would love to come through and check you guys out. It seems like you guys got a great thing going. Like the OBB or OMB.
Oh, yeah, I think it's OMB if I'm not mistaken. It's OMB, right? Jay?
OMB, they do runs, so I would love to go check them out. And then, honestly, I would. But like my biggest shout outs would be to Julian there at Atlas. I think he puts forth a great product and creates an environment for people that's really great. And then shout out to like Mecca. Mecca does a lot of the YouTube videos and stuff like that. And so he'll always hit me up like to go come to a random run. And like most of the time it's for the purpose of content, but like you get a run in at the same time. So like,
it's like two birds, one stone, you know?
Yeah. I've done a little bit of running at Shoot 360. They've had a few runs there. I know had the pleasure to meet their GM. His name is David.
Yeah,
Super
Dave,
cool guy. So look, I'm actually supposed to do like some work with them, like with NXT in the near future. So we'll see. I hope we can get that back rolling. We talked about it.
Trust me, when you mentioned, your goals for this year, that was something in the back of my head that I was going to ask you about, but you already on it.
Yeah, no, Shoot 360. I've had a couple meetings with David, and we've talked through some things, and I think
because they have a beautiful facility over there.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's awesome, and I mean, Shoot 360 is nationwide, so I knew exactly what it was, and I think it's a great business model, and David's a good guy to be running that one, so. Would love to get some work in there. I do need to go just honestly get some actual work in there, like shooting the ball. Because right now I'm just fully dependent on going to these runs. And I'm like, man.
You're like, when's the last time I actually put some work in?
Yeah, like put some work in. Like the consistency, I mean, as I'm sure you could tell, like I could shoot the ball a little bit. And like, it's just, I feel like back in my prime, like it was like consistent. Like every day I'm hitting some shots, but now I could go a run where it's like, man, I was ice cold today. And that's solely just not practicing, like you showing up to a run thinking you got it how you used to have it, but you used to get up 500 shots a day and now you don't shoot at all.
Yeah. No, I had to ask, man, just because I feel like the basketball scene in Vegas from when I first moved out here in 2018 has like, almost not even just tripled. It's grown almost 10 times as much since then.
For sure.
Because I remember first coming out here and the only place you could hoop at was really just like UNLV or this place called the Sweatbox. And now there's like so many, like you said, Atlas, like you have the OMB Doghouse, Tart. There's so many different places that you can go now. But one thing I will say, I agree with you about Atlas with Julian is the best part about that is you'll never be more than 15 people in a run.
That's the best part. I can't believe I left that out. That is 100% the best part.
Yes, it's somebody that hoops. If you go to a room where people are calling nets, whether there's a list or you're just calling it, once you lose, you're waiting 30 minutes.
Facts. 100%.
And so to know that at Atlas, no matter what, I'm only waiting 8 minutes, 9 at the most, because they're going to have to get their water after.
Yeah. Nah, facts.
Like, that's a win.
And honestly, if you're a pretty decent player, more often than not,
you're probably not waiting.
You're probably not waiting. You're getting picked up because it's pretty rare that they actually have a full 15 guys there. It's like 13, 14. So there's always room for one or two. So their setup is perfect, bro. I don't think it would. I mean, I don't know if that's what his goals are, but I would not be surprised if eventually you start seeing more locations. No, I think it would definitely be a hit.
Absolutely. So before we wrap it up, man, I'm big on when I interview people, I want to make sure that we see you as a human and not just like the event coordinator or the guy that's just out here running, getting content runs in. So I always ask people, like, I want to do mental check-ins, especially for you since, you've just gotten out to Vegas, only been out here maybe about 6 months so far. Like, how are you doing mentally with, like, moving and it being such a big change for you? How have you been?
I appreciate you asking that, bro. That means a lot. I mean, full transparency, it's been ups and downs. It's been tough at some points. There's been some bright moments. There's been some low moments. I got nobody out here. Like, all my family's back in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. So being a very family-oriented person, it can get tough. But luckily, my parents, they really do enjoy Vegas. Like, Vegas is one of their spots that they really like to pull up to. They actually, my mom and my stepdad, my mom got remarried when I was in high school. And they actually got married here in Vegas. They got married at Mandalay Bay. So they for sure get a couple trips in a year here. They were just here like 2 or 3 weeks ago visiting me. So it's always nice. Not only family, but friends. I mean, if there's one place I'm going to be in the country to get people to pull up to and visit, this is probably the spot. So it's nice being able to like, hey, I live here, pull up and you got a free place to stay, so that always helps. But, in between those times, it can get a little bit lonely. I can't full transparency, but just kind of take the proper steps to ease that. I guess when I first got out here, I was just kind of trying to focus on myself and fall into a routine, get everything situated, and I feel like I've kind of laid down some roots. I got a girlfriend now. I've got a little dog, so it's getting better. Things are looking up. So it's cool, man. I really do. I do like it out here. I love how you brought up like mental. Like and maybe this will wear off, I'm not sure, but like me personally, I've said this like to my family and friends, I almost feel like it's impossible to be depressed or anything like that when you wake up and there's palm trees all around. Like just growing up, like
I try to explain that to people, like the climate really does make a difference.
It really
for people.
does. The vitamin D is huge, man. Like it can be. I went to college in Portland, and like talk about seasonal depression. Like, you get October to May where it's just gloomy, rainy days, like nonstop. Like 6 out of the 7 days a week, it's gloom, it's rain, and it's not good for your head, bro. Like people can say all they want that it doesn't affect them. It truly does affect you, like a lot. And so, just getting up here every morning, being able to see the sun, take a dip in the pool, it's just like, how can I be mad? You know, like it's nice. So just trying to stay grounded, I'm very blessed, very thankful, and, owe it all to God. And it's just, I love it out here. It's nice.
I love that, man. Like I said, my biggest thing is I always like I'm really big on checking in, like whether it's been doing podcasts, even in my last few jobs, whether it was at Neiman Marcus or when I was at GM at EOS, like, I would come up to my staff and I'm just like, hey, are you good? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, no, I don't care what's going on right now with the job. Are you good? You know what I mean? Like, I truly just like to check on people. And so it's always important just because I feel like sometimes you don't hear it enough. And when I hear you talking about doing this event planning it or just coordinating it, I mean, it lets me know you're on the go all the time. You're about to go back to Washington. And so just kind of going back and forth, I do want to make sure someone's just asking how you're doing in the process. That's all.
It means the world to me. I really do. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, bro. And that's a very good trait to have for yourself. That's awesome. I think kind of going back to Atlas, but that's another reason people like yourself that pull up there, it just makes it a very welcoming experience. I not only love it to go hoop, but the friends I have made in Vegas so far have been through Atlas Gym. And it's not like, I remember showing up there my very first time and kind of being a little nervous. You're the first time you walk into a new gym. I mean, every hooper knows that feeling.
It could go this way or that way. You never know.
I mean, just full transparency. Like when you walking in as like not one of the few white boys in the gym, you're like, man, okay, hopefully this goes well.
Especially at Atlas, you may be walking in on the wrong run and everyone's on the rim when you walk in,
Exactly. You could, it's so funny, bro. I remember the first few times I pulled up, like, you know how like there's the last 5 every time. So there's like the 10 that get picked and then there's the next 5. Probably the first 2 weeks I was in that next 5, nobody ever picked me, bro. And then, I'm kind of easygoing at first. Like now I play the way I play, but like, before, I kind of just didn't really want to step on toes. So I was just kind of out there getting cardio. I'd spot up in the corner, shoot. And I don't think I was shooting very good. So for the first 2 weeks, bro, I think everyone thought I was for real trash, like a big bum. And so I would never get picked. And then one day, I think it had to do with Mike, Mike the lefty.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He picked me up and me and him were killing one day. He's like, oh, you can hoop.
Yeah, shout out to Mike, too.
And from then on,
that's
bro,
my guy, man.
I don't think I've ever, not to be cocky, but I don't think I've ever been in that bottom 5. I've always gotten picked and stuff, so it's real nice. But yeah, just Atlas in general, bro. You brought that up about kind of just checking in, and that's the environment there. People just be, every time I go and I see my guys that I see every weekend, it's never like, the first thing we talk about is never basketball. It's always how you been, how you living, that's everything.
Absolutely.
So I love that energy.
Well, I know you said that your family is back home. Well, you're officially part of the family here at BGA. Yes, and so, I know you're going back to Washington. Have you been to any of the Aces games before?
I haven't been to none of the Aces games. I'm supposed to go soon. Ryan, you know Ryan.
Trust me, Ryan has season tickets. I got season tickets.
Okay,
I was just about to say, between me and him, you're going to a game when you get back.
Let's go. I told him.
Literally.
I marked a few games on the calendar and sent it to Ryan. I was like, hey, bro, I'm interested. I want to see Paige for sure.
Okay.
I definitely want to see Paige. I really like Paige. I was just laughing with him the other day because he was telling me he sold his Fever tickets for like a big profit, and then Caitlin didn't even play. I'm like, damn.
I went to that game too, and we got smacked. Caitlin wasn't even on the court. It was crazy. But last question I want to ask, and then before we wrap up, I feel like, one, I want to give you your flowers again with everything that you're doing. Shout out to Nets Hoop. Shout out to not just the tournaments, the clothing brand that you're doing as well. But I definitely feel like it was a big risk that you took and just wanting to bet on yourself. And so what would you say to, the 15-year-old you that is probably just a little more nervous and just not too sure of what to do next? What would you say to him now that you're sitting where you are?
What I would say is and not in any type of negative way. Like I'm not like for being a phony or like or like trying to present
keep it
yourself in
100
a
with
way.
us.
But I would say like the first thing that comes to mind is like fake it till you make it. And
Yeah.
I don't mean that in like not saying to just be fake, but like a lot of people undersell themselves and like there's rooms that they belong in that they don't think they belong in, and they get in their head about things, and it's like, bro, just I almost compare it to like cliff jumping. Like you ever jumped off a cliff into water and it's like, bro, just jump. Like just get your feet in the water and go. Like you never know what's gonna happen. I feel like I probably could have started this a lot sooner. I had ideas about it, and I just kind of would get nervous, get in my head, and like, are people gonna sign up? Like, I don't really know that many people. Why would people want to come to my tournament? And it's like, nah, if you build it, they'll come. So just trust in yourself and believe in your faith or whatever it is that you believe in, and just keep 10 toes to the ground. And most of the time, it'll all work out.
Absolutely. I love that, man. Well, we want to thank you again for stopping by and sitting down with us today, man. Like I said, shout out to you again. Shout out to Nets Hoops. We'll be sure to add the social media handle for them so that way you guys can go follow. If you're going to be in Washington this weekend, please make sure you come out and support. You said it's the 15th through the 17th?
17th through the 19th.
Yep. Okay,
Friday to Sunday. It's in a super small town called Granger, Washington, but it's a lovely event, family-run event. It's like a little bit up the road from Yakima. That's like the city maybe people have heard of that it's closest to. But yeah, it's a cool event.
And shout out to the family back home. You know, we keep hearing about y'all. We're going to beat you guys soon, but you guys are doing a great job with Diego, and we're going to make sure he's good out here, okay?
Appreciate you.
But yeah, no, we definitely appreciate it, man. That'll be it today for Be Great Academy. Shout out to Diego. We want to thank you again for coming out. And hopefully, again, we can sit down with you after, the tournament, and we get you to that Aces game and just see how everything's going for you, okay?
For sure. Appreciate you, Brady.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. And we'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
Hell yeah, bro. That was smooth.
Appreciate it,
I'm
man.
not gonna lie, I was a little nervous, but it didn't even feel like the cameras were on. Like,
It's not, man. That's why I try not to look at the camera too much. I just try to have a conversation with you for real because